great place to live because citizens like you and me actively participate in civic life. But our lifestyle is threatened because Arlington County Board doesn't understand that sustainable growth and so-called smart growth aren't the same. To be sustainable, infrastructure development has to keep pace with new construction. Also required are programs to support moderate income households. Otherwise, those who move into the county are stuck in a never-ending cycle of tax and rent increases as others are gentrified out, which is not economically sustainable for anyone in the long run. The $250 million Columbia Pike trolley isn't sustainable because it will add to congestion on an already crowded major artery. The new Boeing headquarters plan for North Crystal City isn't sustainable because it will create parking for more than 600 additional cars per day when more Metro Rail track, not more parking, is what's needed. The 600,000 square foot mixed-use complex planned for East Falls Church Metro isn't sustainable because it will dump additional traffic on neighborhood streets and arterials already operating at capacity. The Artisphere isn't sustainable because it costs more than $2 million a year just to cover its expenses. If elected, I pledge to make developers pay their fair share of infrastructure costs. I also plan to fully fund libraries, schools, and programs for youth, seniors, and the disabled. Emphasize recycling and renewable energy and hire an inspector general to audit the county's budget. Find out more about my campaign for a greener Arlington at audreyclement.org. With your help, I can preserve the Arlington way. Vote Clement for Arlington County Board on March 27th.
I'd like to thank CCA and Maureen for providing this important platform for the caucus. In my professional career and as a civic leader, I have worked with hundreds of people across Arlington on the fundamental issues that face individual neighborhoods and our community as a whole. On issues like development, traffic, affordable housing, and the environment, I have worked successfully with people, no matter their opinions, their backgrounds, or their addresses. I have found solutions whether or not I was the leader in a public process by welcoming everyone's perspective. If you would take the time to come to a meeting or give your opinion, then you should be welcomed as part of the solution. Arlington's future must be built on its current success. We also must include more public input and a county board that works with us and responds to our needs. I'm proud of my support among hundreds of people with whom I have worked on dozens of projects over the years, including civic association and PTA presidents, nonprofit leaders, and neighborhood activists, all of whom know my commitment and my record of getting community-driven results. Together with your help, we can begin a new generation of ideas and achievement here in Arlington. My name is Melissa Bondi. I do ask for your support and your vote in the Democratic Nomination Caucus tomorrow, and also on Saturday the 21st. Thank you very much.
My work as a community volunteer, as well as a leader in the private sector, and my overall approach to problem solving and bringing people together make me qualified as an independent voice. A voice on a county board that too many believe is becoming too insular. As your next county board member, I will focus on developing a countywide plan that integrates current sector plans and addresses the neighborhood traffic as well as the loss of affordable housing, increasing density, and the coming of the Metro Silver Line. I would also work to enhance the coordination and collaboration between the school board and the county board by ensuring that we put our students first and we use multi-purpose facilities. It is time for a more collaborative approach. I would also work to develop an action plan that promotes diversity and works on bringing essential services directly to those in need. I have listened to your concerns, and if you entrust me with your vote, I will be your strong, thoughtful, and committed leader on the county board. Please vote for me, Kim Klingler, tomorrow night, the 19th at WNL, or on the 21st at Kenmore Middle School. Thank you so much for being here this evening.
West Point of the Army have a lot of they show with all fiber. One of them is that to be a good leader, you must first be a good follower. And the other is that a leader will never impart instruction or command that he himself is not willing and able to do himself. You know, I say this because, you know, the soldiers I led and worked alongside in Iraq, they still keep in touch with me, not just because I'm a good guy, but because when we were out there on hours, 12 hours plus missions, and after 3 in the morning, I was right there with them. When it was rainy and muddy and we were tired, I was right there with them, dirty and tired. When we only had 3 bottles of water and 2 MREs during the summer in Baghdad, no 3, I only had 3 bottles of water and 2 MREs during that time period. You know, as I've knocked on 5,832 doors during the course of this campaign, one of the major issues that people have spoken to me about is actually the part of that last question, is are you going to be your own person, your own voice, and someone who's going to speak for the community? And I can tell you from personal experience, I've upset a few commanders who we had a love-hate relationship because we got into it, but they understood I was looking out for my soldiers. And the same level of dedication and support that I gave them that allowed us all to come back home safe and to be successful over in theater is the same level of support that I will provide to this county. Thank you.
In my advisory role as a commissioner, I've always voted my conscience after studying an issue and in the context of what was in the best interest of Arlington and what community benefits could be achieved. My deep experience across many policy areas means that I am already up the learning curve. And folks, I've been on the commission for 7 years and done other things, as have other people up here. I'm learning something new every day. But here's what's different. I can tell the difference between fact and the brush off, and press for the real answer. Experience does matter. And in my case, I have the experience across all the different ranges that the county board listens to. In fact, if elected to the county board, I would be voting on the very policy matters that I am now studying in depth as a planning commissioner. Signed ordinance, long-range plans, site plans, for example. I know that compromise is a necessary part of achieving consensus in a divided community. We cannot continue with a culture of winner takes all, or trust us, we know what's best for you. I believe our leaders need to take ownership of decisions and recognize accountability for their decisions. I don't sweep problems under the rug or ignore the elephant in the room because of politics. We may not always agree, but I hope that you will acknowledge that I want to hear different sides of an issue, including yours. I'm known for being fair and balanced and thoughtful and objective in my decision making. I will always speak with candor and perhaps with a sense of humor too. My door will always be open to you. You should be treated with respect and included, regardless of your concerns. The public engagement process should work for you, not against you. I am not a politician. That's been pointed out by a number of people and a number of different media sources. I take it as a compliment. I could be more polished, but this is my first run for public office. I could maybe have run for something else in the past or in the future or whatever, but no. I want to run for county board, and I want to be the next person representing you. My core belief is that Arlington has become more responsive to citizens' needs by respecting and engaging in a wide range of diverse opinions as we determine and decide our priorities. Sound fiscal policies, excellent schools, economic diversity, affordable housing, and a commitment to services. These are my priorities for our community. I want to thank you tonight for these questions and the opportunity to speak with you and have worked with you on 3 Cherrydale fire station task forces over the years. And I hope that you will vote for me at the caucus either on the 19th or the 21st. Thank you.
Last one. Thank you all so much for coming out tonight. Thank you for the wonderful questions. This is a really important election, and it's great to have everybody here because it's happening very fast, and it's hard to get the information out about the election, about who's running. This is a pivotal time of change for Arlington. Our sense of community, of openness, of a place where everything works for everyone makes Arlington very special, and we've got to keep it that way, working for everyone and improving it where it's starting to not work so well for everyone as we grow and change. That's our goal. That's why I'm running. What I offer to you are my 15 years of experience leading change and working on some of the county's toughest issues. What I promise is to work just as I have for the past 15 years. I will always listen to you and anyone else in Arlington who will talk to me. I I will work in a clear and structured way and always be looking ahead. I do not agree that everybody will always agree with me and with my decisions, but I do expect that everyone will know the information I use to arrive at my decisions and how I got there. I will, as always, make my decisions based on what I think is best for the county as a whole. There are no skeletons in my background because you would have known about it by now. And I hope very much to have your support and your vote, and thank you again for being here.